People are asking the same question. I want you to first get out of this. The rest of the same question a lot of us ask is, who gets in? That's kind of what they were trying to say is, are there few who shall be saved? I mean, how many are actually ultimately going to get in? So when he talks about it here, they're talking about the idea of at the future. Notice that they're not asking right this second. It says, are there few who are being saved? This is where the works problem is. These are the wrong works. See, works themselves are not a problem. He wants you to strive to enter through. That's doing works. But those who are doing works of righteousness versus those who are doing works of unrighteousness. You are doing something. Even when you're doing nothing, that's doing something. You chose to do something called nothing. It's still something. Okay, you chose not to do something in an effort or not to go somewhere. You chose to sit still, lay down or something, but that's still a choice to do something. So let's understand these pictures that are here. He's trying to talk to you about salvation. He's trying to give you the connection between faith and works because he says here, if you saw me teaching in your streets, if you were in my presence, why didn't you have the faith or belief in what I was teaching to do what I said? Because if you've been doing what I said, you wouldn't be working unrighteousness. So clearly, even though you ate with me and heard me teach, you didn't learn anything. When you watch teams, any sport, it's not because they have the greatest superstars on them. Some of the teams with superstars on them don't ever win. It's the teams that manage together as a team to do the basics. The fundamentals. Well, guess what? Torah observance is the fundamentals of functioning in life. People have got this disconnect. They've grown to embrace, I guess it's through the mainstream sort of teachings, that somehow Yeshua embracing means commandment disconnecting. Right? To embrace Yeshua means to let go of the commandments. I don't know, I'm reading the end of the book. So somehow somebody by the end didn't get that message. Because these are those guarding the commands and embracing Yeshua. Spend a ton of time making sure you understand the four Gospels and the Tanakh. When you've got that down and understand their relationship and how they work together, you will have no problem knowing how to understand and deal with Paul. Because you'll be able to do what I do when someone wants to argue with me about Paul. You know what I say to them? I say to them, here's the deal. If Paul is saying what you're claiming he's saying, then he's a heretic and you need to throw him out. So you have a choice. This is, again, the big piece of the salvation teaching, which is salvation and reward are two different things. You need one to have the other, but one doesn't equal the other. Reward comes from what? Doing. Salvation comes from what? What Yeshua did. Nothing for you to do there. That was free. You need that or you can't have the other. People might read this and say, so then we shouldn't be doing anything. Elohim's going to do it. No, what he's saying is doing it man's way is impossible. Doing it Elohim's way, everything's possible. Don't read into it that Elohim does it for you, right? With man figuring this out, man trying to make this happen, man trying to come up with the plan, it's the way that seems right to a man, leads to death. But with Elohim doing it his way, all things, you know, with Elohim, it's possible for an army to fight another army bigger than that army and have nobody die on your side. When the push comes to shove and he's on one side of that, why is it even a question? Why is there any struggle at all? That doesn't mean you're going to love the consequence of it, but why is there even a thought? There should be no thought.